Hello from the memoir class of 2022 at Governor's School East. Over the past 4 weeks, we have experimented with, read, and produced a plethora of memoirs, all which uniquely characterize the individual and showcase his or her account of memories past. In writing and analyzing stories of all natures, funny, scary, sorrowful, exhilarating, we have not only grown in our abilities as young and prosperous writers, but we have formed unbreakable bonds held together by a common love for storytelling. In brainstorming for our cornerstone, it was imperative to us that each individual had the space and opportunity to illustrate his or her respective style and experience. We found that writing letters to ourselves perfectly allowed for that criteria. Each letter is wholly and uniquely its own, crafted by a memoir student with care and deliberation. We hope you enjoy our stories. Thank you so much for your support.
Dear Haley, at the age of 10, you told stories about your life in a small, sparkly journal. As the sun filtered through the leaves of crimson maple trees in your yard, you chronically drafted lists of all the things you loved, hoping you wouldn't forget the smallest of details. Chronic list making turned into drafting entries of your favorite conversations, the people you met, all recorded in a small black moleskin notebook. Your passion for keepsakes was a paradox for a fear of fading memories. The leather-bound notebook traveled with you and the planning never stopped. You were never scared of being a bad writer. You feared being a boring writer. You feared your voice could be recreated by another person and your syntax was simply subpar. So you conditioned your brain to constantly work. Work as in write, work as in plan, work as in overthink. You wrote when you were underthinking and you read when you were overthinking, and the duality was insufferable. Productivity consumed you. Through the haze of fear, the lists and the drafts allowed you to have an everlasting hold on your memories. Your mind is a mosaic of the aesthetics you gravitate towards and the nuanced experiences you will undergo. Like a sanctuary, your voice echoes inside your head as the letters flow onto the page. The people you adore, their laughter the sound of firecrackers, their hearts as big as the moon, be astonished by their presence. As learning wraps its arms around the human condition in a warm embrace and whispers all the right things in its ear, lean into it and the fear will go away.
Dear Elizabeth, age 4. As much as you love her, you're not actually Angelina Ballerina. Please start introducing yourself accordingly. Dear Elizabeth, age 10. Your friendship bracelet business won't go anywhere if you don't pick up the pace. Bracelets for Hope is a noble goal, but the SPCA really can't do anything with a $3 donation made in quarters. Dear Lizzie, age 13. Smile in pictures. You don't like them now, but you'll want to have them later. You're going to make it through this, and life gets so much better. Dear Lizzie, age 16. Please start making your Christmas gifts early. You can't crochet 2 scarves 2 weeks before Christmas. The first one took you 16 hours to finish on time, and I'm still catching up. It's been 7 months. Dear Lizzie, age 17. Thank you for applying to Governor's School. Watch out for the rat.
Dear Maggie, I chose to write you on your first day of high school. You're 14. I remember my first day of high school, filled with so much anxiety and apprehension, but I hope yours will not be the same. I hope yours is filled with excitement. I hope you make friends with people you enjoy being around and not people you feel pressured to be near. I hope you don't cut your long, beautiful hair, but you're impulsive, so I feel my efforts are futile. I hope you learn to love how you are naturally and don't chase an unrealistic standard that you believe will make you easier to love. I would suggest you start to enjoy your alone time because that might come in handy later in the year for you. I know I cannot prevent all the mistakes you will make and all the trauma you will endure, but I do want to assure you that it will be alright in the end. I'm going into my senior year. I am 17, I don't have the same friends that you did, I don't have the same hair that you do. I like myself most days. I have an amazing best friend who you have yet to meet. I learned a lot through the last 3 years that I've passed, and I've grown exponentially from them. High school is probably not going to be the best time of your life, but it will be memorable. I hope you take my advice and attempt to enjoy it, even when it sucks. Love, Maggie.
Dear Khadija, you completed your first day of fasting at age 6. After energetically playing all afternoon with your cousins, you had to be dragged out of bed in the evening so you could break your fast on time. You were so proud, just as proud as you were at age 11 when you fasted the whole month of Ramadan. You wore a scarf for the first time as part of your school uniform in 1st grade. In 2nd grade, you got your parents to buy you your first casual scarf and started wearing them out of the house. You learned how to pray around age 6 or 7, and by age 8, you were praying regularly at school and with your parents and siblings. In 6th grade, your self-confidence and faith were chipped away at. 7th and 8th grade, the only time you willingly sought God was in the early hours of the morning, running to the bus stop, hoping the bus hadn't arrived yet. You only wanted to pray when you needed or wanted something. You fibbed to your parents about praying, treating it as a chore. Although your belief in God was constant, you hoped your future self would make up for your present negligence. Sports became your pathway to God. You made small prayers before matches and in the brief breaks between points and sets and tennis. Not if it was constant, however, maybe a couple days here and there. Then this past tennis season, you sought help from God in every one of your matches. In December, during indoor track, lost and unsure in a new sport, you found yourself seeking God more and more. You started trying harder, setting alarms, downloading apps, and the simple action of asking God to guide you. I'm proud of you for making me the future self that I thought I would only achieve in college, or maybe even much later in life.
Dear Ella, it will take you a while to fully come to terms with yourself. The way you can't do a cartwheel, run as fast as everyone else, or have trouble putting your hair in a ponytail. At some point, you will learn how to be comfortable in your skin, but you may not be the most graceful or athletic. Although you now feel inadequate and awkward in the gym, you will take advantage of being on the sidelines and use it to find freedom elsewhere. You're not aware yet, but you're a fighter. Your determination and perseverance will serve you well and increase your confidence. Your quiet observations will lead you to understand people on a deeper level than most can, and your keen intuition will soon lead you to improve the lives of many around you. When you pick up the pen, that is when you will feel free. You'll begin to feel empowered, and it will become an endless reward waiting for you. Writing will become more than your therapeutic outlet, but the center of your future aspirations. The people closest to you are infinitely proud of what you've overcome and how you use your strengths to dismantle any prior illusions of weakness. Enjoy coming into your own without wasting a second down your unique qualities and capabilities. The diagnosis does not determine your future, you will.
Dear Priya, it's been a minute since I've seen you young. As you get older, you may embark on many new outfits and fashion trends. This is great. Trying out different things will help build you and help you evolve to become the fantastic, beautiful, and humble person you are today. However, it is best for your safety that you don't go through with certain options. This way you can evolve with your dignity intact. Starting off with Exhibit A, the monochromatic outfits. Look, we love being consistent, but someday you may feel the urge to wear a teal shirt, teal shoes, teal jacket, and teal pants. Please, for the love of God, refrain yourself from trying to put together this monstrosity. Teal is not your color, and you don't want to end up looking like a soap bar. Moving on to Exhibit B, no shoulder pads. Moving on to Exhibit C, no mustard colors. They're not cute. It's gonna be hard trying to find the right clothes in middle school. There's gonna be a couple cry sessions in the mirror. Don't worry about it too much. The clothes are meant to fit you. You're not meant to fit the clothes. Love your hotter, older self. Priya.
Dear Catherine, you don't always have to be perfect. I know it may feel like it, but as a middle schooler, the whole weight of the world does not rest on your shoulders. You don't always have to be perfect. Every grade does not have to be triple digits for you to be satisfied. You don't need to score a goal every game. You don't even have to win every game. Yes, it's good to have big dreams, but being vice president is also impressive. You don't always have to be perfect. Every strand of hair does not have to be perfectly in place, slicked so tight to your head that you have no flyaways. All that does is make your head hurt constantly, so stop doing that every day. Why don't you have to be perfect? Because it isn't even possible, and holding yourself to those standards can cause you to burn out. It took too long for me to realize that I can be whatever I want to be, that I can do whatever I want to do, and that I don't need or want to be like anybody else. Just be you. You are beautiful, you are loved, and you are perfectly imperfect. Love your future self.
Dear Talon, you're 17 years old, sitting in a library typing this, outside speaking this. It's nerve-wracking. You're 14 years old, sitting in biology class at 8:30 a.m., achingly tired. You're 20 years old, doing God knows what, God knows where, each simultaneously and in equal measure. I'm 17, in the library. It's uncomfortably full of people you didn't expect, the perfect temperature to where your legs are cold but your torso hot. When I'm 14, the temperature gauntlet is much simpler, though much more painful. It's cold, unquestionably cold. A headache of ice pick on ice, a running nose of melted water from the blow's force. Eyes ache from the onset of snow blindness, the bright light reflecting off the white room, off the cold itself, enraging the pick to strike again. You don't want to be here, but at least the experience is novel. Well, not novel. You are cold and will be cold and have been cold, and pretty much everyone else has, will, and is cold, but some people are particularly poetic about it. We can be pretty poetic about it. But Talon, I think that's the message of me telling you what you already know. You're the one in biology. We're still cold, but it's more complicated, less painful, and if we make it so, it can be meaningful. My cold shot is that God knows where is going to be somewhere warm. I'm recording that here for posterity's sake.
Dear Meredith, you aren't perfect yet. The truth is, you will never be the perfect girl that you wish to become. The days spent trying to live up to the gold standard in the categories of beauty, academics, and your social life, they're simply worthless. It is time to discard the feelings of vain, jealousy, and competition. It is time to take risks, enjoy life, and showcase your talents. It is time to begin your journey, the journey in which you will become an authentic, admirable, and sagacious human being. I know this may seem hard. I know you want to be the best at everything. However, this is not worth your time and effort. You will learn to enjoy the little beauties in life. Enjoy the things that make you happy, sad, and even confused. You're so young, but I promise you that life will get better. You will find happiness in your family and friends. Life is not about perfection. Life is not a competition. Your life is what you choose to make it. Don't conform to societal pressures, academic pressures, and social conventions. You're stronger and more beautiful than you'll ever know. Use the gift of life to make a difference, to lead, to inspire, and most importantly, to love. Yours truly, Meredith.
Dear Sarah, you're 8 years old now and so full of life and love. You're confident, you tell jokes and laugh and sing in front of people. You love fashion, especially your light-up sneakers, which you triumphantly wear throughout the halls of Medina Elementary. You enjoy school and you found the joys of reading, writing, and learning. You like Hello Kitty and swim lessons and pizza. You like music, especially listening to it in the car with Dad. You feel your emotions intensely and you care deeply for the people around you. That will never change. I wish I could protect you from every bit of pain that you'll ever feel. I wish you could only ever feel the happiness and joy in the world. I wish the sun could eternally hang in the sky for you, never casting its face away to bring the night. I'm sorry that I can't take away your future pain. You may feel broken and hurt at times, but your broken pieces will eventually form a beautiful mosaic through which glittering rays of light shine, casting your love onto the world. If only you could see me now, I think that you'd be proud. You could see a glimpse of me laughing with abandon, surrounded by the family and friends that make me feel so loved. You might also see me sad, with small tears flowing down my face, but now I understand that there is no bad emotion. It is healthy to feel. Sarah, if only you could see me now. I am not perfect, but I am genuinely happy. Find all of the things that make you marvel at the world with sparkling eyes, the things that make you feel truly alive, and chase after those. With love and admiration, your future self.
Dear Astrid, we've got some stuff to talk about before you get to high school. First and foremost, you have to stop trying so hard to fit in. You'll find your people in time, so take a deep breath and don't stress. Next, we have to work on finding a balance between trying new things and sticking to what you love. Because let's be real here, kid, you aren't happy when you're not on stage. Theater is what gets you through the hard times, and believe me, there will be plenty of those in the years to come. So don't waste time ignoring that part of yourself. I promise it'll be worth it in the long run. Speaking of waste of time, imposter syndrome is not worth your energy. I know how hard it is to hear that you're only there for diversity, but it's just not true. You can't internalize that stuff, kid. It'll eat you alive. Know that you are worthy of all the praise you receive, and that you've earned all the positions you're in. I'm not saying you turn into an egomaniac or anything, but you deserve a little more credit than you're currently giving yourself. Remember, it'll take time to find your place, but be intentional about the relationships you create and know your worth. As cliche as this sounds, the best years of your life really are ahead of you, so enjoy them, kid, and good luck on your first day of school. Much love, AJ. P.S. Get a new case for your saxophone. It'll save me a lot of hassle.
Dear Dallas, I don't really know what to say to you, if I'm being honest. In my mind, you're probably about 8 now, and the only thing I want to tell you is that I'm sorry. I used to stay up, deep into the night, reading in a fervor to learn all that I could, just like you probably do now. I used to walk obliviously down halls, swinging my ponytail and smiling at everyone, just like I know you're doing now. In my plaid pink shorts and matching pink t-shirt, I didn't know about the whispers behind your back. I didn't know about the work you had to put in to keep people with you. All I knew, when I was you, was that I could trade Pokemon cards for people's favor, and that I never wanted to be me when I was you. So, As the me that I am and shouldn't be, I'm sorry I'm not the me that we wanted. I hope that someday soon, a future us can say that she is that person, and that she's proud of us. And then you can forgive me.
Dear Cheyenne, you learn early in life that most people are not permanent. At the early age you are at, it is easy to imagine a life where everyone gets along and lives happily together forever. But that is not the truth. People will change and show their true colors like the leaves of deciduous trees in the autumn, and they will leave you isolated like the bare trees in the winter. That does not mean that your time together wasn't beautiful. All leaves that fall used to be blossoms of vivid colors that fill the spring air with such a sweet aroma. You may feel hopeless and alone sometimes, but you will find that there are some people that you know will stay with you for as long as they can. Their love for you is like the few tall, standing evergreens on the mountains where you call your home. Rare, strong, and everlasting. Do not take these people for granted. Do not change yourself for people who are temporary, because you will feel exhausted trying to make yourself someone you are not. People will tell you that you are too nice. People will tell you that you say sorry too much, especially your soccer coaches when you are 9 years old. But the truth is that you are not too nice. Maybe you do say sorry too much, but you are working on that now. Your kindness is what you will later take pride in having, because surprisingly, it isn't as common now as it is when you were a child. No matter what people tell you, you are doing the right thing.
Dear Anna Brooke, wow, you're 20 now. Today is July 13th and I'm currently attending Governor's School. On March 23rd, when I received a letter from the Department of Public Instruction, I was anxious to discover what was hidden inside the sealed envelope. As each one of my peers opened their acceptance or denial letter, my heart started beating rapidly. I was the last to open it. By just filling the envelope itself, mine felt heavier than everyone else's. I finally opened it and it said, "Congratulations." I was overjoyed but hesitant. I didn't like the idea of leaving my family, my friends, my boyfriend, and my home for 4 weeks. That night, I had already made up my mind that I would not be attending. As the days and weeks went by, I began to rethink my decision about not going. Thoughts like, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and if I don't go, I will regret it the rest of my life, went through my head. Finally, as the deadline approached to accept or deny the invitation to one of the most prestigious institutions in North Carolina, I accepted. As Governor's School is coming to an end, I am extremely saddened to leave behind the friends I have met. We played tennis, sat on the quad for multiple hours, talking about our lives, laughed, and then we even cried. At Governor's School, I found out who I truly am, and it allowed me to step outside of my comfort zone and meet new people. As a girl who never left home before, I honestly don't want to go back. Governor's School is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I'm so thankful that on April 11th, I decided to change my mind and accept the invitation. I'm writing to you today to tell you if you don't take risk in life, you're going to miss the most beautiful things like I almost did at Governor's School. No matter where life takes you, I will always be rooting for you.
Dear Ethan, hopefully you're doing well, but then again, why wouldn't you be? So young, like a blank canvas. How I envy your life, so simple and unapologetic, like a newly hatched chick. Will you spread your majestic wings and soar over the heavens, or will you travel the earth, gracefully bounding across the terrain? I don't mind, really. So much rests on your shoulders, yet not a worry crosses your mind. But don't worry, I'll always have your back. You're a good kid, though I may be biased. Like the time when you crashed your bike, causing you and your brother to topple onto the unforgiving pavement. You were hurt, but you saw your brother crying. Whether you helped him out of guilt or some fraternal compassion I can scarcely remember, I pray it was the latter. I'm not trying to change the past, I just want to remind you to be confident in your decisions. Your life, so simple and routine, will get harder. Every decision you make will lead to me, and as far as I'm concerned, that isn't a bad thing.
Dear Aubrey, at 10 you were obedient, always eager to jump on a stage and share your soul with an audience full of strangers. You felt your purpose was pleasing those around you and relentlessly pursuing the impossible dream that belongs not to you, but to the creator of you. At 13, you were insecure, stepping into the infamous teenage years with the desire to be wanted, liked, and loved. Always questioning your outfits, words, choices, and friends in an effort to curate a life around the approval of those standing on the outside yet looking in. At 15, you were rebellious. For the first time you tasted freedom, and oh, was it sweet. The rebellion was born of first love, and you quickly discovered that the potential a person, relationship, and future holds can motivate you to defy trust and stability, and instead crave possibility and independence. At 17, you were ambitious, willing to take on any challenge to inch closer to your mile-long goals. You kept pushing when others told you to stop, you kept running when the race was over, and you never lost sight of the glittering future you dreamed of. Today, you are grateful, cherishing all the blessings life has to offer and making an intentional effort to live and breathe in every moment. Because moments are fleeting and today is a beautiful day to be alive. With love, Breed.
Dear Bridget, congratulations on graduating elementary school. I don't know if you understand what a big deal this is yet, but it's a big deal. Middle school is going to be interesting for you. I'm not gonna lie, you'll have some rough times. There are people around you who won't treat you the way you deserve. You're not stupid, and yes, I'm allowed to say that word now. You probably already know who these people are. They act like you're invisible, like you're a silly toy to be put away the minute something new comes along. You're going to feel like you're not worthy of friendship or success. You're going to feel like you're not good enough. I know that sounds ridiculous and impossible to you now, and I love you for it. I wish I could keep you from hurting, but that pain is important. I need you to know that it's not all bad though, not by a long shot. Focus on the good parts, because those will pull you through. Someday you'll be confident and happy. Someday you'll be dancing in your best friend's kitchen while you bake a cake. Someday you'll be sitting on the floor at 2 a.m. singing your favorite songs with people who chose you and continue to choose you every day. What I want you to remember is that I'm proud of who you become, and who you are as you read this letter and everything in between. I love you.
Dear Sarah, you have a piano lesson today. You haven't practiced enough this week, but that's okay. You'll sit down and play your piece, and when you're done, your teacher will say to you, "Be brave, Sarah." It's the same thing every time, the same advice that seems to define how you play. You see, she wants you to be unafraid and unforgiving. She wants you to let the sound crescendo and surge before the diminuendo brings it down to comfortable, light touches of finger to keys. You thought that was what you're doing, playing with that foreign force, a brutal feeling in the soft palm of your hand. Be brave. Is it when you can hold steady against an unrelenting piece? Or when you play just loud enough to make the sound echo? You'll never comprehend the weight of her words as you sit on the piano bench, embarrassed at your lack of perfection. The meaning will come to you comfortably or silently. It will thrash in your stomach and hold your breath hostage. It will bind your anxious words and skeptic thoughts. It will be there even when your mind wants to make a mockery of your spirit. Because when it matters most, to be brave will not come from the power of your hands or sharpness of your mind. Harrowed and built through imperfection, you will carry these words like a shield, a defense against the heart laid out on your sleeve, a mantra to wield, to hold, and to protect. Sincerely, Sarah.
Dear Reese, 3 months ago you wrote in your journal, "I'm struggling to remember things. I want to hold on so badly to everything. I want to remember my voice, the feeling of falling, the name of my imaginary friend. I want to remember the layout of my childhood bedroom, the color of the plum tree outside my window, the way everything softens when the sun is setting. It's all slipping away. I feel like rot." 3 weeks ago you wrote, "I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I don't think I fit in. Everyone is so talented and intelligent and multifaceted in a way I don't think I can ever be. There are so many things I have to do and so many names to remember, I can't keep any of it straight." 3 days ago, you wrote, "I don't want to go home. It feels so distant now, like I'm looking out an airplane window and realizing how small everything is. It's distant, it's different here somehow. I don't mind the bad food or the cold showers or the literal rat that chases me when I take out the trash. Sometimes I just sit and take it in. I look around and I know it's all temporary. That just makes it sweeter."